with background scenes filmed elsewhere. The problem is that when two film elements are superimposed, there is a phantom effect wherein the background can be seen through the actor. To overcome this phenomenon, one must create a blocking silhouette for the actor's image. This is called a traveling matte. It ensures that the background won't bleed through. The first traveling matte technique was a tedious process called Roto Scoping. Introduced by Max Fleischer in the early 1920s for animation work, traditional rotoscope mattes were hand-drawn frame by frame by projecting the actor or foreground element onto a surface so that it could be traced. In the quest for seamless composites, several new techniques were developed during the 1940s and 50s, but the most widely used was the blue screen traveling matte process. Bill Taylor is known as a master of traveling matte photography. At Illusion Arts in Van Nuys, California, he creates some of the most convincing composites in the business. His work has been seen in such films as Tarzan, The Legend of Greystoke, and Beverly Hills Cop 3.
The early blue screen system created some great composites, but it still left some things to be desired. It consists of 4 parts: a background element, which is the film of the setting into which the actor will be composited; a foreground element, which is the actor filmed in this case against a blue background; a holdout matte, which is an opaque image of the actor that we produce photographically on an optical printer; and a heavy cover matte, which is the reverse of the holdout matte, where the actor's image is clear and the remaining frame is opaque.
All 4 parts of the traveling matte are assembled in an optical printer, a machine that photographs multiple projected strips of film onto a single strip of film. The result is a composite with no bleed-through. The only problem with this system was that the cover matte also tended to hide fine details in the foreground element. In this scene from the 1956 epic The Ten Commandments, a waving banner's motion causes it to disappear under the cover matte. That changed in 1959 with MGM's Ben-Hur and the groundbreaking work of Petro Vlahos, a scientist at the Association of Motion Picture and Television Producers Research Center.
Douglas Shearer, who was the chief of technology at MGM, came to me and said, "We know that Paramount had a terrible time with their Ten Commandments, and we hope to avoid their problems. Can you do something to make this a better system?"
After 6 months of research, Vlahos came up with a process that eliminated the need for the problematic cover matte. He called it the Color Difference Traveling Matte System. Vlahos took his new technique to the MGM matte department head, Bob Hogue.
So Bob Hogue says, "Well, I'm going to make a test." So he ran all 17 shots that went into Ben-Hur and ran them through at once as a test. Got them out, and when the management saw them, they said, "Put them in the picture, just as they are. Don't touch a thing."
Vlahos' new invention allowed Charlton Heston to fight a fierce sea battle from the safety of the studio backlot. His blue screen compositing system quickly became the industry standard, and in 1964, his groundbreaking efforts were recognized with an Academy Award. Despite his pioneering work on film, Petro Vlahos believed the best way to do blue screen traveling mattes would be electronically. So in 1976, together with his son Paul, he formed a new company called Ultimatte to pursue this new technology. Based in Chatsworth, California, Ultimatte quickly became an industry leader in video compositing equipment for television, winning an Emmy Award in 1978. Then in 1992, with the development of the film scanner, it became possible to digitize film and input it into the computer. This enabled Ultimatte to develop a software package for film compositing called Cinna Fusion, now used by many top visual effects houses. Cinna Fusion employs a series of complex mathematics to create an alpha channel. The alpha channel is a grayscale image. The black portions completely obscure the background, while the gray areas only partially obscure the background. This allows for such fine details as transparent bubbles to show through. One of Ultimatte's biggest advantages is its ability to deal with poor quality blue screen photography.
You can see that we've got a blue screen which is, well, it's the blue screen from hell. There's no getting away from it. You've got a burned out floor. You've got a shadow down here you don't want. You've got a seam where the wall joins the floor, and different shades of blue that you've got out here.
The compositor can select the best sample of the blue screen and then apply that sample across the whole frame, quickly eliminating the problem. The pioneering spirit that Petro Vlahos brought to Ben-Hur in 1959 is still going strong at Ultimatte today. In 1995, he received another Academy Award, along with his son Paul, for further refinement of blue screen compositing. As the Vlahoses continue their research and development, they strive to provide future filmmakers with even better tools to conjure up movie magic.